Man, what a day. Honestly, I was starting to panic. It was dicey. I mean, it was scary. I honestly was scared. I actually slid down some snow about 25 yards. Oh, it was dangerous. Just downright dangerous. Good morning on day number 26. So I am in Cahoon Pass, and I gotta say, this is one of the busiest passes I've ever seen. There's not much here. I mean, there's the hotel, which is right behind me here, which I stayed at last night. I have two packages that are coming into WRIGHTWOOD, and I called there yesterday and only one of them had arrived. So I thought, well, I better just stay the night. I've got laundry to do and it'd be nice to have a shower, and they had a pool and hot tub here, so it was a nice place to stay. So that's what I did. So this morning I'm just waiting because I need to get to WRIGHTWOOD. That's where my packages are coming in. But to go up into the mountains hiking, apparently it's a little dicey up there. It's kind of like the San Jacinto situation. There was a big rock slide that actually closed one of the highways. The number 2, I think they called it, going out of WRIGHTWOOD. And so WRIGHTWOOD's only 10 miles up the road. So I'm thinking, well, I'm just gonna grab a ride, get into town and get my packages. So what I'm doing is I'm actually replacing my backpack. I haven't been talking about that too much, except for maybe in the comments, but my backpack has been so painful. It's been 25 days of just crazy pain. Like, it is not working for me. I gave it, 3-4 weeks almost now to, try and dial it in, and I just can't get it. It doesn't fit me correctly. So I've got a brand new pack coming today. So I just want to get into WRIGHTWOOD and get that pack, and then I'll just get back on the PCT once I get into WRIGHTWOOD. So that's the plan for today. Once I get into WRIGHTWOOD, there could be some sights to see there. I know there's a couple of good restaurants, so I might have lunch there. But I hope to be back on the PCT later today and get moving again. And on my way to a place called the LA RV Resort in Acton, California. It used to be a KOA, but I decided before I even started this trek that was one of the places I was going to actually do a 0-day. So I'm looking forward to that, and I've got another package waiting for me there. So, but I won't be there for 5 days. It's something like 80 miles, so 4 or 5 days. Anyways, day 26. It's fairly early. It's 7:30 in the morning, I guess. Right now I was up at 6, but we'll see you later. See you in WRIGHTWOOD. Behind me is the Yodeler Cafe. Now, if you remember, the Paradise Valley Cafe claims to have the best burger, but in my opinion, the Yodeler Cafe in WRIGHTWOOD is by far the best burger I've had yet. So, sorry, Paradise. Anyways, I'm still in WRIGHTWOOD. I am getting a brand new backpack because my Atmos by Osprey Atmos AG65, I've given it 25 days to get comfortable and it ain't working, so I'm done. I have a new pack coming, but the problem is it's Saturday, and REI claimed that it would be here in WRIGHTWOOD, but apparently UPS doesn't come into WRIGHTWOOD on Saturday or Sunday for that matter. So I might be in a bind here. So not sure what I'm going to do. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see the snow behind me. I'm supposed to be heading up into that pass, and so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may wind up having to stay here tonight at least, and maybe have that backpack shipped ahead to Acton, California. So I don't know. I'll see what happens. I'm going to head back down to the hardware store and see if by some chance that backpack has shown up, but it's almost too late to head up to the mountain now. I prefer just to stay the night, set up a tent or something somewhere, and then head out in the morning. So not really sure what I'm going to do. We'll talk to you soon. I'll let you know. So that is the Village Grind. If you're a PCT hiker, they'll give you a free coffee there. So, you know, this WRIGHTWOOD town, there's actually a brew company up there. The WRIGHTWOOD Brew. They have, you know, their own brewers, obviously, but their sandwiches are just okay. They're more like submarine sandwiches. But, so I went and had a burger instead. But lots of small shops here, and live entertainment at the Village Grind. Has actually got a band in there right now doing live entertainment this Saturday afternoon. So, it's a nice little town. I mean, I've heard that it's expensive, but I don't know. I don't think it's any more expensive than any other place I've been to. All is well, I guess. I should point out that my backpack did show up. It's amazing. The hardware store was absolutely certain that it wasn't going to come. But it did, so I'm good. I'm going to go head back down there. I'm going to repack my backpack, and then I'm going to repackage my old one and send it home and get a refund. Well, good evening on, I was going to say October. Tomorrow I'll be heading out. I'm trying to find an alternative route around the Baden-Powell Peak. As they say, it's about 10,000 feet up there. And there's a lot of snow, and could be a little bit dicey. I'm not really that comfortable with that kind of a situation. So just trying to figure out if there's a way I can get around it, or maybe just shorten it a bit so I don't have to, you know, if I go up there but I can get back down on the same day, then maybe that would be okay. But I do not want to be setting up my tent in the snow and all that kind of stuff. It's just, again, I'm not a mountaineer. I'm a hiker. I want, you know, a hiking path that I can actually see. And so I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. There is a way around on the highway too. I might be able to hitch a ride, but we'll see. And I do have to say something about Mountain Hardware, though. They're actually helping me out to send my other pack back home to Canada, which is really nice. You know, I gave them the money. They don't even know for sure if I gave them enough money, but they're going to take care of it. On Monday morning, they're going to send it by USPS, give me a text that it's on the way, and they're really helpful there. They have a back area where you can set your pack down and go wander around town, and you don't have to worry about any of your stuff. And it's just a great spot, and definitely worth a visit. Come into town, you know, have a meal. And anyways, not a whole lot happened today, but I got my pack, and I'm happy about that. But my pack weight is way too much, and I shipped off my sandals with my pack. I shipped off a couple other things just to get the pack weight down. And I mean, there's only so much you can do. My tent is 4 pounds. My backpack is 4 pounds, and I am loaded with food right now because I have a 5-day hike. So yeah, it's pretty heavy. It'll gradually go down, obviously, as I eat my food, but still, it's pretty darn heavy right now, and it's a new pack. So tomorrow will be the telltale sign if whether it's the right choice that I made to switch packs. But anyways, that's a wrap for the 26th day. We'll see you tomorrow on the 27th day. Talk to you later. Good morning, Plant Papa here. So it is day 27. I am in a very snowy area of WRIGHTWOOD. The PCT travels up a very large hill, so I got the sun in my eye. I'm going to turn just a little here. Travels up this peak. It goes up to about the 10,000 mark, and there's a lot of snow up there. And so I'm taking an alternate to get around, so I've got a ride to this place called Inspiration Point, and I will be basically going around it a bit. And so a little alternate, but I still got lots of walking to do. It's not like I won't be walking very many miles. I'll be walking a lot. Can't get around that, unfortunately. So anyways, let me just turn the camera around and show you the snow up here. And it's a little dicey when you look up where the trail actually goes, apparently. One sec. There's a mountain. I don't know what mountain that one is, but the one that's just over here is what they call Baden-Powell. And the PCT goes up there apparently, and I don't think you're seeing the peak here. This is just a portion of it. But the trailhead is like right over here, and then it takes you all the way up, and it's about it's quite an elevation change. I think I'm around 7,000 now, and you got to go all the way up to 10. So I'm just taking a sort of a skirt around the road here, over here where it says road closed. I just basically go around that way, and I walk down the road. So that's the plan for today. How's this for a snowbank? There's some serious snow right there. It's like three of me. So I should mention, I am very close to the San Andreas Fault. I'm only I don't know, maybe half a mile from it right now. When I was staying at Jeff Flurry, the Jeff Flurry of WRIGHTWOOD, he let us stay in his backyard last night and set up a tent. But you could pretty much throw a rock from his yard and you hit the San Andreas Fault. So they've had some shaking around here before. So yeah, kind of cool to be that close. And you just hope the big one doesn't happen while you're here, right? Ooh, we are climbing today. I think WRIGHTWOOD, the town of WRIGHTWOOD's only like 6,000 feet, which is still pretty up there, I guess. But I got to the 7,300 foot level. Now I'm at the 8,000 foot level. It's still going up. Whew. We are now at the 9,000 foot level. Yeah, they got some serious cleanup to do on this road. Man, these are, I don't know if those boulders are quite large. And it's just everywhere. All the way down the road, all the way back this way. Just debris everywhere. There are some really gorgeous views from up here. Basically at the 9,000 mark right now. Yeah, you don't want to fall down this little hill, I'll tell you. Man, the views are just amazing. It's too bad about the haze, because it could really be nice. And here I thought I was going to avoid the snow by going this way. Apparently not. Looks like I'll be doing some post-holing after all. I just talked to a lady and a man who came the opposite way down here, and they said it lasts about 2 or 3 miles, I think they said. So that's really gonna suck. Oh well, best get started. Yeah, you could say they have a little bit of debris on the road here. This is just nuts. I just went through a big section of snow. Had to put my gaiters on for only the 3rd time this year, which I guess isn't bad, but man, look at it. This road won't be open for some time, I would have to think. Just a lot of cleanup to do. Still climbing. I don't even know what elevation I'm at now, but it's got to be 9,500 or something. There's definitely some bugs up here. Sorry about that. Anyways, keep on trekking. Wow, looks like I may have hit the peak finally. I think right here we are at the top of the mountain. We're going through this gap, and now I'll start heading down the other side. And there's still lots of snow. Like I'm at the pretty darn close to the top. The only place around here that's maybe slightly taller than me is that Powell, which I believe is to my left. Yeah, looks like we got a bunch more snow coming up here too on this road. But anyways, we're at the peak, heading down now, I believe. Just found this nice piece of quartz. It's got a lot of mineralization in it. I mean, it almost looks like silver, but I'm not so sure. But man, that's a pretty rock. You almost want to take it home. Oh boy, Well, as you can see, I am basically post-holing through a lot of snow. I was hoping to avoid this by coming this route, but I guess there's just no avoiding it. Not 100%. Keep on pushing. Alright, so I think we're finally getting past some of that snow, but I want to see just how wet my socks actually are. Because I think my feet are numb. They're cold and wet. Ugh. Man, man. Let's see what we can wring out of these things. Yeah, they're pretty wet. Like, how ridiculous is that? Post-holing and going through snow for like hours. Anyways, I'm gonna rinse out the other one and then I'll get going some more. Oh, well, I think I'm finally past the snow line somewhat in terms of being on the road anyways. But then I stumbled upon this kind of makeshift waterfall. I mean, you can tell it's been man-made somewhat, but it's still pretty. Check it out. So that there is Baden-Powell, and you can see right over here there's a road. It's called Highway 2, and you can see it coming down over here and over here. But up top there is the PCT somewhere, and there's probably a lot of PCTers who are up there, and I don't envy them. I recommend Highway 2 as a bypass alternate if you're thinking about doing. Obviously it's snowier now than it will be a month from now, but right now it's probably not a good idea. So I went Highway 2 and it was still tough. There was a lot of snow on that road. It was not even open because there was so much avalanche debris and snow, and there was post-holing to do, so still got your share of it. It was still difficult. Well, good evening. Well, we've got a bit of a sunset going on back there. Very nice. The good news is I'm still alive. Today was definitely a scary day. I lost 2 water bottles. I lost my fork, of all things, and I'm literally having to use my comb to stir my food. Man, what a day. It was dicey. I mean, it was scary. I honestly was scared. I got lost. I was off trail. I was on this very steep bank, and I was actually using my whistle, hoping somebody could hear me because I couldn't tell where the trail was. It was covered in snow. It was scary. I mean, I was yelling out, "Hello, hello, can anybody hear me?" I had no idea where I was. I was lost. It was 5 o'clock already, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I was getting ready to just, get ready to sit on the side of that mountain and get in my sleeping bag and just sleep as best I could because there was nobody around. Even now, it's been 2 hours later, and there's nobody around. I'm like, where is everybody? So anyways, I was starting to panic a little bit. Because I knew it was getting late and the sun was getting ready to go down, and here we are. It's sun setting right now, and I'm set up and ready to go. Thankfully, there's my stuff. But oh man, what a day! Luckily, I have a backup bladder, a 3-liter bladder, and I was able to collect some snow and stuff and put that in there and cook and still. But so man, when I was on that face, there was a time I actually slid down some snow about 25 yards before I was able to self-arrest myself before I, went crashing into the trees and stuff. Like, that was just scary, man. Like, when there's that much snow on an area, I'm just going around. I ain't doing that again. I thought I was making the right move, taking that Highway 2 and going around that Baden-Powell summit and all that. But when I got back onto the PCT, I went up this huge hill. It probably took me back up to like the 7,500 foot level. And then when you got around this one corner and on the other side, it was just snow everywhere. You couldn't even see the path. Oh, it was dangerous, just downright dangerous. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Go around Wrightwood completely. Well, go into Wrightwood, have a good time in Wrightwood. But I wouldn't go up to Baden-Powell, at least not in March. Like, man, that was dicey. Anyways, when I was on the side of that hill, I just tried to chill, closed my eyes, and I prayed, and I just said, Lord, I am in trouble here. Like, I need you to help me. And so I just chilled for a second, and I thought to myself, okay, where did I last see the trail? Like, where was it? And I knew it was above me. So I thought, well, just pick a path and just start heading up until you come to it. I mean, I did have the Far Out app, which was helpful to some degree. It kind of gave me a guide as to where I was. And I knew if I just went up here, I could hit the trail. And sure enough, I hit the trail at the perfect moment, because it was the actual spot that was going down the side that I needed to go down. And there wasn't as much snow all of a sudden, too. Oh, it was a fantastic miracle. That's all I can say, because I was thinking I was sleeping on the side of that mountain. And now I'm in this nice cozy little spot, nice and flat, and my tent all set up. Anyways, I don't know, what day is it? Day 26, I think. The night of. Maybe it was the 27th. I'll confirm in the morning. Anyways, bad day. Lost 2 water bottles when I fell. I don't know how they fell out. They fell out, and I didn't notice in time. I actually took my pack off, and I actually went back a little bit to try and see if I could see it, but it was just so dicey. I didn't want to go much further, and I just thought, whatever. I've got my backup reservoir, so I guess I'm using the reservoir now. Ah, boy, what a day. Anyways, I'm still alive, and we'll see you in the morning. Talk to you later. Just thought I would show you guys the damage on my legs when I went down that, kind of fell down that snow slope. That was from post holing, but that's all new. That's all new. That was one dicey evening, let me tell you. I was a little bit nervous about that night, but there's all my damage from it. It was brutal. That's the way she goes. Hey, Plant Papa here on day number 28, I believe. So as it turns out, I was telling you guys last night about my dilemma and how I had some pretty serious dicey trail stuff happen. I slid down 25 feet or whatever it was, 25 yards, pardon me. It was actually quite scary. I have not seen a single person on this trail, and I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, where is everybody, right? Well, let me just show you. As you can see, there's a road right there, and I've been watching hikers walk past. So one of my buddies walked by, so I stopped him and I asked him, like, what's going on? So he's telling me everybody's doing the highway walk. The part that I went down that I should have not been on there, but I didn't know. And apparently they all bypassed it and they walked down the road. Unfortunately for me, I was already on that road yesterday, and I thought, well, I've walked all this way down the road. It's time to get back on the trail. So I got back on the trail, but apparently where I got back on, they were skipping that section. It's frustrating. But it explains why I didn't see anybody here. Nobody else camped here. I was by myself for like the whole day. It was very weird feeling and very dangerous. Anyways, I'm gonna follow the road just like they are right now and catch up to them hopefully. So we'll see you on the trail, or as you might say, the road, until we get to there's a section up there called 3 Points. It's a little picnic area, and that's where the snow apparently is gone, and that's where everybody's heading. So that's where I'm going to head to. See you out there. Well, as you can see, I'm still in the snow zone. It's literally everywhere, even below me. So, got some walking to do to get to a lower level. Alrighty, so I am back officially on the PCT trail. Thank goodness for that. Just walked down this crazy road, and now we are back on the trail. So see how many more miles we can get in today. I'm looking forward to getting to Acton, you know, maybe Tuesday if I'm lucky, if I get it. Depends what I do today. Probably not Tuesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon. Anyways, we'll keep on trucking. I'm thinking maybe that's just practice. There's 2 guys on the ground already, and they had tents set up, so I'm wondering if they're just prepping for fire season and stuff like that. Still above me here. Well, good evening on day number 28, the evening of. Pretty tough day again. Lots of uphill, and but we're all set up. It's about 6 o'clock now. Tent's all set up. It's a little windy outside, so I'm just kind of sitting in my tent, nibbling on stuff, you know, keep the calories up. But nothing too urgent to report today. We did hit mile 400 though, and I'm currently at 411.8. So that's pretty darn good. That 500 milestone is coming up. But first, we have Acton, which I'm looking forward to. I'll be taking a 0 there. And so, yeah, if I put in a 20 tomorrow, I should be able to get there, you know, Wednesday afternoon or something. That would be perfect. So then I could take Thursday off and head out again on Friday. So we shall see how things go. So that's about it for the day 28. We'll see you tomorrow on day 29.